Okay. There is silence. And then there was you.
He's a shield upon my right and my left hand. So whom shall I be afraid? Jah is my king. Jah is my light and my salvation. So whom shall I fear? He's my guide throughout this creation.
So who should I fear in Compton? Jah is
Things come down upon me. So whom shall I fear? Jah is my guide from the pestilence of darkness. So
First of all, we must come from out of the darkness and into the light. Seek out opportunities and be successful as a better person and do better. Do a better job than I did before yesterday. And in Jesus Christ we say these things. Jah Rastafari. Jah Rastafari. Jah Rastafari. And now welcome and good morning, people. This is the Ktng Morning Show. Hold it. Hold that thought. Show! What are y'all doing here? That's right. What are you doing in here? That's what I'd like to know. That's what I like to know. That's right. Ktng Morning Show. Good morning. Brought to you by your host with the most on either left or right coast. The G to the R to the I to the D to the Z. That's the underneath the 101 freeway all day. And if you don't know, I will show you the door. So this way you can walk down through the corridor. And we're talking about Inglewood, Crenshaw, Baldwin Hills, Lamert Park. Oh, and it's happening. I told you guys to get together. Downtown LA, Compton, West, East, South, Pasadena, and East LA. Bring it up in that ass, get all losing around that route. Bound. Yes. I am not Frankie Beverly or am I Maze. But I am amazing, Frankie. Amazing. Ktng Morning Show is brought to you in part by the sponsorship of the Latino Chamber of Commerce of Compton, the recognized one. Not the one that's like about to wind up in a litigation, but I'm not saying anything that'll cause us any kind of trouble. I'll get to that drama in a second. Anyway, also with a small grant donation from the RWJ Foundation. Thank you very much. Hi, Christine. Good morning. Yes, and my Godzilla is on. Yes, I am now the Monster Man. Yes. Good morning. Yes, it is one of those wild, wacky Wednesdays. Needless to say, we are here, people. We are still here. And like I usually go and say, I like to start the show off with, what the hell happened to my head? Anyway, on my way home, I stopped by to talk to my 81-year-old grandmother and so forth. She's doing happy. She's got kids out there, grandkids, great-grandkids, that sort of thing. She's happening. She's slapping it. And more importantly, she has a sense of humor. If I ever live to be that age, I hope my faculties are just that good. And I'm talking about from, all the previous pharmaceutical things I used to do back in the day, but not now! Abstaining from that stuff, okay? The breakdown is this, people. Break down those sins that you got right now because the end days are coming. And I'm not saying this facetiously, but I'm just going to point out a few simple catalysts. A few simple catalysts so this way you guys can stay on point and stay together with me on this because you can join in the conversation if you want. On Facebook and on YouTube right now. I'm live. I am live. Keep in mind, people, there is also a new virus, malware virus called man-in-the-middle virus that goes in between your initiating party where your computer to the server and to another server. So if it's a third-party server, that man-in-the-middle malware is coming. Okay? Don't say I didn't tell you. All right? And don't look, guys. Glad to see that y'all here and whatnot. So let's get down to the tape and so forth and see where we're at. Now, as we all know, Cheeseburger, your intrepid leader, is basically a screwball. A straight screwball. You know, right? A straight screwball. And I can emphatically say this because you all agree with me. All of you. You wouldn't be here if you didn't agree with me. The guy is a complete screwball. But let's go even further back. Long before January 20th, when the entire world changed. When he sat his fat rump in a skinny chair called the presidency of the United States. I find it very dramatical in very instances that his subject change in the way we look at the government now predicates on what we do here today, even in Compton. I'll give you a fair shake of this. All right. Right now, we have an expiration date here in the office of April 24th. I doubt seriously we're going to be leaving. But if we do, you are the first to know that yours truly is going to collect 10% out of this whole litigation. I am. For real. I gotta get mine, dude. Sorry. I gotta get mine. Anyway, we were looking at countdown to April 24th. It's supposed to be our last day in this WorkSource building for the simple reason because some jackass decides he wants to be, the bully on the block. So, if you have not read The Compton Butterfly, I would suggest you do. You can get copies of that from off the Latino Chamber of Commerce's website, LLC of Compton. And you can look it up. If not, call the office, man. Call the office. They're right here on 700 North Bullets. Yeah. Find out what's really going on. Either that, why don't you ask Cecil Rambo? He's a knucklehead who overstepped his damn boundaries. I don't care. You did it, dude. You did it. You did it. Cecil. You. Yeah, it's a dirty finger, too. Oh, well. Anyway, because you have insurrectionists who simply want to, pretty much take everything away from the people that basically worked hard to put it together. It comes time for when we have to understand that there are other people who are like-minded individuals who see the rationale of a Republican democracy or Jim Jones democracy. The Jim Jones democracy platform does not care about its citizens. It cares only about its mindless drone followers to commit acts of suicide. And therefore, it is suicidal that this country fall into the lapsing hands of a few mendicants who have nothing better else to do than to help Cheeseburger maintain a reign of terror over this entire nation. $1 million per 1,000-foot Indian reservations and everything else and so forth to build a wall that necessarily does not need to be. And we are unguided people who have been, pushed to the point of believing this jackass that he's going to make Mexico pay for it. Mexico said, forget that, buddy, we ain't doing it. And guess where the costs are now coming from? And Mexico has every right to kick every United States factory out of it. Out of its country, every single right of it. Okay? And now, we, as the American public who are still buying, Mexican-made products, and most of our electronics from overseas as well, now find ourselves paying for the damn wall in the first place. And that's supposed to, spark American pride? Really? Are you listening, Inglewood? Are you listening, Compton? Are you listening, downtown LA? Are you listening, South Pasadena? Are you listening to the world that's happening inside of this bullshit you call America? All right? Let me point this out to you. First and foremost, Vladimir Putin was a spy. That man was a spy, a rogue spy, double agent. From back in like, you know, oh my God. Back when the Kremlin used to look like the Kremlin. How about that? He was a young spy back in Khrushchev's days. And now that he has become going from 007 to 00 Nutty, okay, now this fool is president. However, when you deal with attrition, rights of attrition, when it comes to like the hierarchy of the Russian government, you can kill your way to the top, or have someone killed on their way to the top. I mean, there's like a lot of, and then there are protest leaders who are thrown in jail, shot, killed, journalists who are shot and killed, people who speak their freedom, use freedom of speech, are jailed in the worst conditions. Several members of Pussy Riot are still in prison right now. All right? That little thing with Madonna and so forth that says, oh, well, I support what they do and boo and all that. That's great bandwagoning, honey. However, that does not free the rest of them from out of prison now, does it? No. Good, kudos. You get the public to spend money on you and so forth. You didn't take half the money to, like, you know, free those cats. Speaking of announcements, because I got a really crazy busy day going on here. I have to. It's coming down to the wire, people. Yes, ladies. I am no longer a single man. Not that it mattered anything, but, you know, what the hell. USA Today, probably like about a couple hours ago or yesterday. Cheeseburger is at it again, but people are starting to probe. Now remember, Cheeseburger himself said that the elections are rigged. All right, he himself said that. Keep this in mind. He said the elections were rigged. Come to find out, as soon as he's like getting into something, and so he says, as soon as he says that, Obama says there's hackers coming from out of Russia. 1 and 1 and 2 in this conspiracy means what? He didn't win the popular vote, but he won the vote to be president through the Electoral College, which was sabotage. Okay? The Electoral College does not have anything to do with the popular vote. If you lost the popular vote, how the hell are you still the intrepid leader of this country? How are you able to hide from some crazy woman that decides to scale the fences at the common grounds of the White House in Congress? That's what it is. Hanging upside down with a sock. Stupid. Swear. Okay, but now, if we follow the red pill down the rabbit hole, we find there's more stuff coming up underneath this Koch brother infused democracy. Jim Jones. Here it is. Cheeseburger's business network reached alleged Russian mobsters. These are the mobsters that we do not catch here. These are the mobsters who have insurgents inside of this country right now that have never been deported. Goes on like this from USA Today. To expand his real estate development over the years, Cheeseburger, his company, and partners repeatedly turned to wealthy Russians and oligarchs from former Soviet republics. Several allegedly connected to organized crime, according to USA Today review of court cases, government and legal documents, and an interview with a former federal prosecutor. Among them, a member of the firm that developed the Trump Soho Hotel in New York is a twice convicted felon who spent a year in prison for stabbing a man and later scouted for Trump investments in Russia. Wow. Ivanka, do you hear what I'm pretty sure you got a book detailing this as well. An investor in the Soho project was accused by Belgian authorities in 2011 in a $55 million money laundering scheme. Ponzi. 3 owners of Trump's condos in Florida and Manhattan were accused in federal indictments of belonging to a Russian-American organized crime group and working for a major international crime boss based in Russia. Can we all say see Kyle? Also, a former mayor from Kyrgyzstan who is accused in a federal lawsuit filed in Los Angeles in 2014 of hiding millions of dollars looted from his city, some of which was spent in 3 Trump Soho units. So he stole millions of dollars from his own town and played bingo with them. One of the biggest clowns in the world. Also, a Ukraine owner of 2 Trump condos in Florida was indicted in a money laundering scheme involving a former prime minister of Ukraine. New York and Florida, huh? That's why Jeb Bush has to say crap. Why Doug Christie still looks like a deer running in headlights. Okay? And why Melania Trump still looks like a hoe. Alright? Cheeseburger's Russian connections are heightened interest because of an FBI investigation into possible collusion between the presidential campaign and Russian operatives to interfere with last fall's election. Again, he's going to wind up dead. Reassigned or come up missing. What's more, Cheeseburger and his companies have had business dealings with Russia that goes back decades, raising questions about whether his policies would be influenced by business considerations. Why else would you think the man would hide his tax returns? Come on. The reason why he didn't want to have his tax returns revealed before and during the election campaign is because he already had dealings with Russia. Okay? He followed behind the Koch brothers. The Koch brothers family has had oil reserves. They have oil plantations in Russia with the Koch brothers' names on it. Okay? But their great-great-grandfather had that crap going on. He made millions, billions, people, billions. And underneath, the Rockefellers and, and the Empire people and all that crap. These suckers, man, they were getting rich. Well, I'm needless to say, all of us were paying them. But here's the deal. Cheeseburger followed suit and said, hey, if they're making money doing that way, maybe I can find some money doing it with real estate. Real estate and oil go hand in hand. Location. Got to find out where it goes. So, Cheeseburger told reporters in February, I have no dealings with Russia. I have no deals that could happen in Russia because we've stayed away. I have no loans with Russia. I have no loans with Russia at all. What's that river that runs through Africa? Denial? Come on. What is the first law of being in any organized crime unit? You have to have 3 sets of books. One to tell you, the master of your books, exactly how much is being spent and how much is being, debted. 2 for the house, and 3 for the IRS. Now let me ask you this, people. You're welcome to join in the conversation. I don't care if it's good or bad. It's your opinion. And everybody has an opinion. That's right. Everybody. They're like assholes. Everybody's got one. All right. First and foremost, if this is such a wise and benevolent leader that you all love and know and pretty much say, hey, I follow him to the ends of the earth, you must be an absolute fool. He didn't show his tax returns during the campaign trail. He still hasn't shown his tax returns. And all of his dealings in Russia have been cooked off the books. So where does the money go? Where does the money come from? How is it that you have hotel dealings in Florida and New York and you got the Russians living in and out of them for free? Oh, that's right, because now that Cheeseburger is in office, you know what I get in my Microsoft email? Offers to get a mail order Russian bride. Now, obviously, that is a widespread campaign of some sorts and everything, but come on, people. What would I look like with somebody who eats beets and bread on a day-to-day basis? No, there are no hot models from Russia at all, okay? Most of the women look like trucks, okay? I mean, after 2 kids and so forth, body's gone. Used up, done, that sort of thing. But they do have some kinky, Amsterdam-like things going on. Really? I'm serious. Russia's got this, this burlesque, this, I don't know, I guess we're later part of it as Amsterdam-like hoe house, where you just go and you stick your piece through the wall and whatnot, and some hoe is like, basically giving you shining your knob right there. Oh yeah, you don't see her, but that's what happens. Oh, and they allowed they gang rape their prostitutes too. Yes, they do. As the story goes. Yet in 2013, after Cheeseburger addressed potential investors in Moscow, he bragged to Real Estate Weekly about his access to Russia's rich and powerful. I have a great relationship with many Russians, and almost all of the oligarchs were in the room. Oh, like bloody hell. Okay. And he goes on to say, referring to Russians who made fortunes when former Soviet state enterprises were sold to private investors. These private investors are from all portions of the world, including the United States. See, money makes the Cold War that much more visible. It does. It really does. 5 years earlier, Cheeseburger's son, Donald Duck Jr., told Russian media while in Moscow that, quote, Russians make up a pretty disproportionate cross-section of a lot of our assets. Let me repeat that so this way you understand what the heck, why Medicaid, Medicare, and every other civil service organization is going to find that their funding is going to get cut short because we're giving all that money to the military, which is garbage. Okay? Russians make up a pretty disproportionate cross-section of a lot of our assets in places like Dubai and Trump Soho and elsewhere in New York. New York City real estate broker Dolly Lenz told USA Today she sold about 65 condos in Trump World at 845 UM Plaza in Manhattan to Russian investors, many of whom sought personal meetings with Cheeseburger for his business expertise. Quote, I had contacts in Moscow looking to invest in the United States, Lynn said. They all wanted to meet Cheeseburger. Many of those meetings happened in Cheeseburger's office at Cheeseburger Tower or at a sales event, Lynn said. Dealings with Russian oligarchs concern law enforcement because many of those super wealthy people are generally suspected of corrupt practices as a result of interconnected relationships among Russia's business elite, government security services, and criminal gangs, according to a former U.S. prosecutor, Ken McCallum, as well as Steve Hall, a former CIA chief of Russian operations. Are we still following the real red pill down the rabbit hole? Are we not? Let's keep going. Let's keep further. Let's see how far we can get into this abyss thing right here. Okay. Quote, anybody who is an oligarch or is in any position of power in Russia got it because, quote unquote, President Vladimir Putin or somebody in power saw some reason to give that person that job. Hall said in the interview. Quote, all the organized crime figures I've ever heard of in Russia all have deep connections and are tied with people in government, unquote. FBI Director James Comey acknowledged at a congressional hearing into Russian interference in the United States election of March 20th that many wealthy Russians may have close ties to the Kremlin and may be acting on its behalf. See, the Kremlin, okay, when Hillary said she was running for president, what's the first thing your boy Vlad did? Vlad, okay, put that all-girl pump band pussy riot in a Siberian jail for like about 2 to 5 years. They should be out at the end of the year. But this is the thing that they do, right? Russia has what we call a machismo asphyxiation for its strength, its might, and its people. However, they do not value the women's mind at all. I mean, come on. Have you ever seen in any instances in the UN or in the Kremlin of women running Russia? No. Okay? That is the last bastion of malehood out there. White man, I suggest you leave the United States right now and go on over there. Because this is getting crazy. Anyway. Cheeseburger has not been accused of any wrongdoing in connection to the individuals mentioned in the article, because all he was a business party that people wanted advice from. He was a consultant. However, the deals and a large number of Russians who have bought condos in Cheeseburger buildings raise questions about the secrecy he has maintained about his real estate empire. Okay, so when this guy was a slumlord, he was running through his dad's money, he had to go someplace, right? So, how is it? Now I want to ask this question. See if you guys are pretty much on top of this. I want to ask a question here. Okay. How is it that Ivanka and Melania and every last one of these Ukrainian crazy-looking women that he got, okay, it's a mail-order Russian bride that's tied to the mafia, right? I mean, I could be far-fetched from this. And so to keep tabs on him and everything, Ivanka basically just says, I'm here in America, I was married to a wealthy man, and he got me on a prenup. It gets Melania, same thing. That's why him and Melania don't sleep in the same bed. Okay. The story goes, however, the deals and the large number of Russians who have bought these condos raise questions about the secrecy he has manipulated around his real estate empire. Cheeseburger is the first president in 40 years to refuse to turn over his tax returns, which could shed light on his business dealings. What loophole? Okay, first of all, now I'm mad at the IRS with this. How is it they are so adamant of having the poorest of the poor taking money from us when we file our taxes, and then when we have to plead bankruptcy, we gotta show our tax returns to buy a house. We gotta show our tax returns to plead bankruptcy. We gotta show our tax returns on a day-to-day basis. As a matter of fact, what you do on your tax returns now becomes a requirement to get a damn job. And this jackass refuses to turn over his tax returns. Again. The first law of any mafioso. You get a set of books, the house get a set of books, the government get a set of books. My boy was not doing his homework now, was he? Think about it. So, as the story goes, the White House declined to comment about this article, referring questions to the Cheeseburger Organization in New York. Amanda Miller, a spokeswoman for the Cheeseburger Organization, denied any transaction with people named in this article. Which, needless to say, again, the longest river in Africa is denial. The allegations are entirely without merit, Miller said in an email. The Cheeseburger Organization never entered any single transaction with any of these individuals, and the condominium units were all owned and sold by third parties. Let me go back over this again so this way you understand this. She says the organization never entered into any single transaction with any of these individuals, and the condominium units were all owned and sold by third parties. Single transaction with any of these individuals. Okay? Cheeseburger's first party, real estate agent's second party, who's third party. Russia, dumbass! There you go. Cheeseburger privately held company works through a network of subsidiaries and partnerships that make direct connections hard to trace, particularly since he has refused to release his tax filings. In addition, some of the Cheeseburger Organization's investors and buyers operate through shell companies and limited liability corporations that hide the identities of individual owners. Can we say Panama Papers? Booyah! Cheeseburger and Cheeseburger Organization signed licensing agreements for ownership stakes in properties such as Trump Soho and Trump International Beach Resort, which bears the Trump name without requiring an investment by him. That's where copyright gets you. Watch this. The name is not required in listing him by the investment. In the Soho project, Cheeseburger received an 18% share of the profits in return for use of his name. According to a disposition Cheeseburger gave in 2007 for a defamation lawsuit he brought against an author. Among Cheeseburger's partners in the Soho project was Felix Sater, a Russian immigrant who spent a year in prison in 1991 stabbing somebody. He stabbed somebody. He later cooperated with the FBI and CIA for a reduced sentence after he was convicted in a $40 million stock manipulation and money laundering scheme in New York State. Wow. Melania, Ivanka, in darkness again. Oh my God. Let there be light. Okay. Sater was a major player in the Bayrock Group, which developed the Trump Soho. Sater was an executive in the Bayrock Group, which developed the Trump Soho. A former Bayrock finance director and partner referred to him as a controlling partner, but Bayrock says he was an employee. Doesn't matter if you're getting paid or not, you're going to wind up being an employee somewhere. Sater's criminal past was not well known until publicly divulged in 2007. As he sought investment opportunities in Russia, he created and carried business cards identifying him as a senior advisor to the Cheeseburger organization that included the company's email and phone number. The worst thing about a paper trail is when you make one against yourself. Trying to be NBC News, Slater 51 did not respond to multiple emails sent to his company or to calls seeking comment. He wrote on his company website that he had made some bad decisions in the past, but that he had paid his debt to society and helped the government with numerous issues of national security, including thwarting terrorist attacks against our country. His website was dark last week, displaying the message, "Maintenance mode is on." Which means, needless to say, the NSA is looking through it. Oh, come on, man. If you don't understand encryption or don't know how to do encryption, you're living in the past. I know encryption. And I don't even have to go to school for it. It's simple mathematics. Good grief. Just break the logic over to physics and figure it out. And there's no adding or subtracting. All it is just words, people. Come on. If you're a wordsmith, you understand coding. Okay? One source of financing recruited by Bayrock for the Soho project was Alexander Mashkevich. $55 million money laundering scheme. Mashkevich and two partners paid a fine and admitted no wrongdoing. Okay. No, it's not creepy, Heinz. It's not creepy. It's not creepy. I tell you, it's not creepy. But this is creepy, right? I'll be with you in a minute. I'll be with you in a couple of minutes. We're at the halfway mark here, people. Free yourself untouchably, and you can win 2 tickets to the moon with Alice. To the moon, Alice! You're watching and you're listening to Ktng 860am.org here on Facebook. And no, I'm on the air, honey. No, I will call you right back. Okay. I'm in the middle of my show, honey. You're going to have to wait. All right? Wait until I finish the show. All right? Please. That's all I'm asking. All right? Now, if you're not cognizant of anything here, besides the usual, get the mug. Get the mug. Shows your support for community broadcasting as well as community journalism. Then by all means, make sure that you can actually enjoy the morning show even as we speak. And going into the second half here. But the story itself is pretty large and charged, and I want you people to take away from the story the reasons why you have a president that did not win the popular vote, but yet still wound up being the president anyway, because there has been tampering in the electoral process. Tampering. If this is not finding the catalyst for it, you have tampering, you have hidden agendas on tax returns that this fool will never produce. And then there is the overgross aversion, the gross stupidity of the aversion to deflect everybody's attention from his taxes to the reason why he's building that wall. See, their whole strategy is to keep you, me, and the majority of this country at an uneasy, pace. We're fighting against each other. Okay, that's the distraction. If we're so busy fighting against each other and whatnot, how come we're not fighting him? Think about it, people. You all right? Cheeseburger supporters, you are giving way to an Armageddon that's come from this despot, this satanic despot. Okay. Federal indictments in New York, California, and Illinois allege that people who bought cheeseburger condos include felons and others accused of laundering money for Russian, Ukrainian, or Central Asian criminal organizations. Wow, they even got the Yakuza in there. Good job there, Cheeseburger. Wow. One indictment describes Anatoly Golubchik and Michael Saul, who own condos in Cheeseburger International Beach Resort in Sunny Isles Beach, Florida. Gee, Jeb, I'm guessing American organized crime group that ran an illegal gambling. Why? Because they don't have this. That's why. You want to add more to the conspiracy? Okay, let's keep on going. How is it that most of the, quote-unquote Russians live in well-to-do suburban areas? I ain't never seen no Russian living in the ghetto. Oh, boy. There you go. So, money laundering was also an issue at Cheeseburger's Taj Mahal Casino in Atlantic City, which was fined for $10 million in 2015 for failing to report suspicious transactions. Oops. Federal rules are designed to protect U.S. financial systems from being used as a safe haven for dirty money and transitional crimes. Panama Papers. Jennifer Shesky-Cavalry, then director of the U.S. Treasury Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, FinCEN, said at the time it was the largest penalty the agency ever levied against the casino since reporting requirements began in 2003, according to the Wall Street Journal. Quote, the Trump organization admitted that it failed to implement it and maintain an effective anti-money laundering program, failed to report suspicious transactions, failed to properly file required currency transaction reports, and failed to keep appropriate records as required by the Bank Secrecy Act. Sinfin said in a statement, Bank Secrecy Act. We need to look that up. I'm going to write that one down. Bank Secrecy Act. All right. Bank Secrecy Act. All right. Cool. The statement said warnings over repeated violations went back to 2003, but it did not mention Russians. That's because omission of guilt is still in the river of denial. In Los Angeles, the federal lawsuit filed in 2014 by lawyers for the Casca city of Amity accuses former mayor Viktor Kropunov of owning 3 Trump Soho units through shell companies used to hide hundreds of millions of dollars allegedly looted by selling state-owned assets. Kazakhstan is a former Soviet republic. Boy, talking about cornhole here. The Trump Soho project was largely financed by illegally obtained cash from Russia and Eastern European sources, including money provided by known international financial criminals and organized crime racketeers. Former prosecutor McClellan wrote on his blog in October, McClellan was an assistant U.S. attorney in New York from the mid-'70s to the mid-'80s under Presidents Carter and Reagan. Carter and Reagan, people we can understand. Sally Hoffmeister, public relations advisor to Bayrock, said the company, quote, flatly denies. There's that. I've been saying denial the whole damn time, people. Come on. I'm saying denial here the whole time. Flatly denies that any of its properties were financed using illegal money and sees no evidence to the contrary to provide by Mr. McCallion or anyone else. So in other words, somebody's lying. And somebody will wind up dying. But there, McCallion, as a private lawyer, also represented former Ukrainian Prime Minister Yulia Tymoshenko, former campaign manager engaged in a racketeering and money laundering scheme to hide $3.5 billion in stolen funds, much of it buying U.S. real estate. Oh! Take a page out of Texas. And let's face it, China owns a lot of property here in the United States. Why do you think Radio Shack went out of business? Oh, I think it's still in business in some certain areas, but why do you think they call it the Shack now? I mean, come on. Radio Shack had nothing but Chinese imports for electronics, people. They practically owned the damn company. And this is long before NAFTA. Manafort co-defendants were Dmitry Firtash, a Ukrainian gas executive under federal indictment for bribery, and Simeon Moglovich, identified by the Justice Department as head of a transnational criminal organization that posed a threat to the United States national security. The lawsuit was dismissed in 2015 because Timoshenko was unable to show the role of each defendant in the alleged money laundering plot. Oh. Yeah, it comes with a certain amount of privilege to be white, doesn't it? White Russian. Oh, wow. Manafort resigned from the cheeseburger campaign in August, days after the Ukrainian investigators alleged that the secret ledgers showed $12.8 million was put aside for Manafort by the party of pro-Russian President Viktor Yanukovych, who was ousted in popular uprising in 2014. More details about the alleged secret payments surfaced March 20th. Manafort, who was alleged, or who has acknowledged working for pro-Russian Ukrainian politicians, has denied receiving off-the-books pay and said his compensation covered campaign staff, polling, and television ads in Ukraine. Yeah! I got paid under the table to lie. The fuck is that, man? Alright. Oh, but then again, you know, a snitch is a snitch is a snitch any damn way. It doesn't matter how you pay him. So Manafort basically got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Oh, that's right! That's right. Shout out to LB. What's happening? Morning. Long Beach in the house. How y'all doing? See, join in the conversation. This is all you gotta do, people. Join in the conversation. All right. Firtash, a major donor of the Yanukovych's party, was indicted in 2013 by the United States prosecutors in Chicago for allegedly paying officials in India $18.5 can be blackmail. It's Russian laundered money from people who operate under the good graces of President Putin. If these people pull the plug on the cheeseburger organization, it would go down pretty quickly, like Bernie Madoff. Russia, Ukraine, Azerbaijan explains why businessmen from those countries seek safe havens to invest their wealth. Because they would like $10 and put it somewhere someone can't steal it from you. Okay? This is nothing more than gluttony. Okay, you see the sin of gluttony here? Okay? And the love of money altogether. It's more complicated than that, Cohen said. Now, why are you defending, due to corruption, abuse of power, and crummy legal systems, and a lack of property rights? Many of these people moved aboard to London, New York, and Florida. They are refugees from the corporate raiding Russian-style practice for the last couple of decades. Some became wealthy before Putin's rise to power, and in many cases are in hidden resentment or quiet opposition to Putin. A lot of these people run big businesses, banks, retail, oil and gas, and these are legitimate businesses that pay taxes in Russia. Here's a closer look at some of the project investors or condo buyers with alleged ties to organized crime and the Russian governor itself. Okay, Felix Sater. Okay. Oh, that's like a whole. That's a whole thing right there. That's a lot. That's like. Let's see. Alexander Mashkovich. Okay, he's got a lot. Peter Kurichenko. Okay, he's got it. He's in there. Victor Krapunov. He's in there. Anthony Gublachik. Vadim Klichner and Michael Saul. They're in there, they're named in it, and so forth. And so, I guess the bottom line here is to understand, people, that your man, Cheeseburger, is harboring terrorists, economic terrorists. All right? And you mean to tell me that we are so bedridden with dealing with terrorists who have no money, causing the most damage? No, it is the terrorists with money that causes extreme damage to our social fiber, to our economy. Okay. It also contributes to the way we write our laws to keep the poor poor. We also have to look at another thing too, which is how Cheeseburger manipulated the system to launder money in the first place. What did he get out of it? What was his cut? 18%? It's more than anybody. It's more than anything you can ask for a name. Then two, you also have your fifth one. Why? Why now? Why would you sit up and hide all of that fiscal information? Never produce one shred of evidence that says you didn't do otherwise. So for the next 3 years, this country, why Vladimir Putin approves of you. All right? Why Mike Pence has relations with the Koch brothers. See how all this is adding up, people? When we start answering these questions and we start digging a little bit deeper and chasing the red pill down the rabbit hole, we go back into darkness. But things come up in the light, and that's what makes it different. So, to all you Trump supporters out there, I'm going to say this right here and now. This thing with the border, that's not your real battle. This thing with Russia, that's your battle. Check out Bank Secrecy Act. Check the Bank Secrecy Act and start following the paper trail from there. You'll find out exactly what the heck's happening. All right, that's enough of that. Let's get on to some real news here. Such as announcements. Real quickly here. Mid-Cities Credit Union Annual Meeting and Community Day was set for Saturday, April 29th, so we're giving a head start. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Located at the Eco Multipurpose Center, Incorporated, 403 South Santa Fe Avenue, at Murr, second building, south of the Credit Union, Compton, California, 90221. That's Mid-Cities Credit Union, so give them a call, or if you know, they'll be 626-9CITE.com. That's BRITE. Next is a blank sheet of paper that I'm reading. Blank. Because atheists have no souls. Okay, hold up. Hang on. I got mess going on over here. Okay, there's an expungement wreck shop coming on April 11th from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Eaglewood One Stop, 110 South La Brea Avenue, Inglewood, California, 92705. Please get in contact with them for pre-register at choicecareerfairs.com. Dress for success and look your best, or else you will leave out of there without a job and a mess. Wow. That's freestyle, baby. I still got the mic. I rock the mic. That's right. Who's cranking? Let's get into the shuffle. Who's cranking? Hello, cranking. Get in on the conversation. Who's cranking? Crank will. 4 minutes. Good Lord. News 12 midnight each and every. Dr. or I would say Professor Nigel Darling. Good morning. Greg Mason. Good morning, my nephew. Ronnie Knowledge is born. It's happening. Oh, as in Germany, France. But run away from me if you don't see people like yourselves. Keep the comments going. Keep us alive. Keep us happening. And keep us relevant. And always, never let anyone shine. All right, love, peace, jiggeries. I'm out, Facebook. Booyah!